Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn with Maktoum. In this video, we'll continue with the computer concepts. So in the last video of computer concepts, we finished with the block diagram of computer. Yes. So today in this video, we are going to discuss about the hardware part of the computer. Okay. So I hope you know what is hardware because we already discussed about hardware. Yes. So hardware is any part of the computer which we can touch and feel. Yes. So hardware of the computer is further classified into input and output devices. So today in this video, I am going to teach you input and output devices. Hope you're excited to learn about input and output devices. With that excitement, let's right jump into it. So what are input and output devices? Say, for example, consider keyboard here. So if I consider a keyboard, in the keyboard, if you press any key, what you are giving here, you're giving some data to the computer, yes, using the keyboard. So here keyboard is called as input device. So what are input devices? Any device which is used to give data to the computer is called as input device. Keyboard is most commonly used one, okay? Then let's see what are output devices. After processing that data, computer will give the output using output devices. So when you type A, where you will see the output? In the monitor, yes? So the monitor is the output device here. So after processing whatever the data we are going to give data, that data will be processed and the output will be shown using these output devices. Okay, so there are many input and output devices available. So in this video, we will only cover the input devices. In one more video, we are going to cover output devices. Okay, so let's start discussion of input devices. Firstly, let's list out some input devices. Most commonly used keyboard, mouse, joystick, light pen, touch screen, image scanner, barcode reader, optical mark reader, magnetic ink character recognition, digitizer. So these are some of the majorly used input devices. So we will see one by one. Okay, starting with keyboard. So hope you all know keyboard. Yes. So keyboard is most commonly used input device. And here the user can type the text and he can give any command to the computer using the keyboard. Yes. So keyboard is used to enter the data that may be in alphabetical form or numeric form or any special symbols. You can see all those things on the keyboard. Yes. You can see alphabets, you can see numbers, you can see special symbols. Yes. The keyboard commonly used is called as QWERTY keyboard. So why this name QWERTY? Hope you guys know. So on the keyboard, the first row of alphabets, you can see that Q, W, E, R, T, Y. So that's why the name given to that keyboard, QWERTY keyboard. Clear with that? Okay, let us see the layout of the keyboard. So the standard layout of the keyboard consists of 6 types of keys. Which are those? So let us see one by one. Alphanumeric keys. What is this alphanumeric? There are alphabets also and numbers also. So this is what alphanumeric keys. Okay. Then modifier keys Alt Shift Control. So where is this Alt located? They are in pair. They are in pair. Here one Alt button and here one more Alt button. You can see they are in pair. Then shift. There is a left shift and right shift. Then control. Same here also. You can see the control in pairs. Okay. These are what modifier keys. Then comes your function keys. So there are 12 function keys available on the keyboard. F1 to F12. Each performs a specific function. Okay. Then cursor movement keys. These are upper arrow, lower arrow, right arrow, left arrow. These are what cursor movement keys. Then numeric pad is optional. In some keyboard you can see the numeric pad. um, Generally the desktop keyboards will have this numeric pad. I was talking about the laptop keyboard. Okay, so the laptops, you know that, no? So in that it may be optional. In some laptops they may have, some laptops don't have. Okay, then special purpose keys like tab, caps lock, enter. Okay, all those are what? Special purpose keys. Okay, so I hope you understood. So moving on, how the computer accepts input from the keyboard. So each key which is associated with one key switch. So whatever key you see on the keyboard is associated with one switch. So when you press that key, that switch is activated. Okay, when you press a particular key, that key switch is activated. And when that switch activated, that circuit completes. That circuit completes, and that will generate a signal, and it will be given to the CPU. This process is called as what? Encode and forward process. So here what is happening actually, when you press a key, that switch completes the circuit and it generates what? It generates something, what? A signal. So that will be sent to the CPU. That CPU understand, yeah, this person pressed this button. That is what encode and forward process. Clear with that? A simple process. Clear with that? Moving on to the mouse now. Mouse is a pointing device. Yes, you can see on the screen. This is what? Pointing device. I can point it anywhere. Yes, it is a cursor control device having a small palm size box with a round ball at its base. So initially, in the beginning phase of mouse, there was a round ball at the base, but now it is being replaced by the optical light. Yes, which senses the movement of the mouse and sends the corresponding signals to the CPU when the mouse buttons are pressed. Generally, we have two buttons, left and right button, and there is a wheel between the buttons. Yes. A mouse can be used to control the position of the cursor on the screen, but it cannot be used to enter any text into the computer. That we know. What are the advantages of mouse? It is easy to use and it is not very expensive. So these are the some advantages of mouse. Coming to the joystick, it is a gaming device. Okay, it is a small rod mounted on rolling ball. This is a rod used to control the cursor. The joystick can be moved in all the four directions. The movement of the rod will be converted into electrical signals, and those electrical signals will be sent to the CPU. CPU will interpret those signals and displays the movement of the cursor. Okay, so this is what joystick looks like. Light pen. This is a pencil shaped device. It is used to select the screen coordinates. So you can see the light pen here. So this is the light pen which will detect the what? Coordinates. Okay. How it will detect? By the light coming from the illuminated points on the CRT screen. So it is useful in graphical applications. Okay. Touch screen. Touch screen, your mobile itself, you can take an example, or ATM machines. Yeah, the touch screens are very easy to operate and do not require much skill. Yes, of course. The user can directly touch the screen with his or her fingertip. When the user can touch the screen, the sensor on the screen will detect the touch of a finger. These are also called touch panels. So hope there is no need of explanation here. Example, ATM machine. So ATM machine, I hope everyone has used. Yes. So whenever we touch something on that screen, it will sense our touch. Okay. Image scanner. So an image scanner is an input device and used to scan both character and graphics required for image processing or character recognition. Means you can scan any file, documents also you can scan, it may be image file, anything you can scan. It scans the image of the photograph or the written information and it will send that image, whichever it is scanned, to the CPU. Scanner is connected to the CPU from outside. Yes, you can see the scanner. Okay. Then barcode readers. So hope you saw these barcode readers. A barcode is made up of vertical lines and spaces. You can see a barcode here. So this is what a barcode. In maybe in some halls you may have seen this. Yes, all the items will be marked with a barcode. So whenever you go and you are paying the amount, they will scan the barcode. The amount will be displayed. Yes. So a barcode is nothing but what vertical lines and spaces. Barcode gives the information like manufacturer details, everything it will give. Okay, a barcode is used to read the code. The reader translates the barcode into digital data that is transferred to a computer for immediate action. Hope you know this. Whenever you scan this barcode using this barcode reader, this machine is what? Barcode reader. Barcode is this one. To read this barcode, we use a barcode reader. What it will do, it will convert those barcodes, that code, into digital data. That data you can display it on the computer. Clear that? Optical mark recognition, that is OMR. So hope you know OMR, you may have filled during the examination or in some examinations like CET, NEET, all the examinations you will be filling OMR. Yes. So what is this? Optical mark reader reads the marks made by pen or pencil on a printed form into the computer. OMRs are used by examination boards to collect the answers to MCQ. So like this, there will be a OMR machine. There we are going to put the OMR and it will see all the marks which you made by the pen or pencil. Okay. Then magnetic ink character recognizer. So what is this MICR? So this uses special ink which contains iron particles that can be magnetized and then read when the printed numbers pass through MICR reading machine. So where you see this MICR, so MICR is used by banks and this MICR provides a high level security. In check, so in the check you can see this one is what MICR code which provides a high level of security. Clear with that? Then lastly, we have digitizer. Digitizer is an input device which will convert the analog information into digital information. Digitizer can convert signal from the television or camera into series of numbers that can be stored in a computer. Digitizer is also known as tablet or graphics tablet as it converts the graphics data into binary inputs. So this is what a digitizer looks like. Clear with that? So this completes the input devices. In the next video, we'll try to finish up with the output devices. So thank you for watching. In the next video, we will discuss about output devices. Till then, take care. Bye bye.